Hey, what's good? Jen Johannsen is a leadership advisor cultivating leaders who remain clear, human, and grounded. She's also the director of Reasoned Reality, an independent media progressive think tank. Amanda McGonigle is the creator of Cats on the Couch Instagram account. It's an account made specifically to troll Vice President J.D. Vance. She's also here to topple fascism one cat reel at a time. They're coming on the channel to tell us about Common Ground, an event that's happening in Chicago, January 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Riv, 4746 North Racine in Chicago. Cefore Explosives joins me in this conversation with Jen and Amanda. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think would look good on you. Let's go. Hey, Chicago. This one's for you. You know how much we love you. We know how much you're tired of the Bulls stuff. So we're bringing in some help. In this episode, we're going to be talking to Jen Johannsen. We're going to be talking to Amanda McGonigle and your boy C4 Explosives. All that to say, welcome, Jen.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, rabble-rousing, to come hang out with us.
Rabble-rousing.
C4, what's going on, my man?
This is a good day to kick some ass, brother.
Yep. And so with that, Jen and Amanda are coming to talk to us about this effort that they have going on. It's called Common Ground, and it's happening. We're recording this January 9th. This happens next weekend. I'm going to let Jen give you guys all of the details before we get all the way into the explaining the push. So Jen, you want to give it to them?
Okay, so Reasoned Reality Project started as an Instagram account rooted in how to help people question their beliefs that are rigid, because so much of how we're stuck as a country is rooted in a huge part of our population having these very rigid beliefs that they're terrified to question. I live in the same city as Liberty University as a New Yorker, so I've had to learn this as an outsider, and that's how I got involved in this work. But very quickly, it became apparent that that's not the only reason we're stuck. The other reason is because of money that influences how people vote in politics, how their campaign is funded, and they end up not being able to vote in a way that's people first. The problem is that it's almost impossible to get elected without that resource. So we've crowdsourced strategy. We've put a bunch of these aligned candidates together in a program. We've brought in experts in everything from the Instagram algorithm to like Steve Hofstetter, the comedian, offered to do a seminar for our folks about that. We have Robert Arnold, who's a career strategist, helping them. We have an optics and a crisis management guy. We have everything we need. We've even built an e-commerce model with aligned brands to fund these campaigns. And the missing piece of the puzzle that we were so excited to bring in this year, because if 2025 was the year of the noise and the protests, 2026 is the year of the structure and the clarity, and the year that we rise above the noise on both sides of the political establishment with something better. And these Common Ground events are the flagship part of that, where we're bringing together our top candidates from all over the country and our favorite influencers like Amanda. I know it's really weird to identify with that label. It's a whole thing. But, our favorite influencers and even celebrities in the same space to have events that make politics fun. And this is less about in-depth. I mean, it's going to be some political conversation, but it's going to be entertaining. This first event is a Real Housewives format where people will be up on stage. We have different things that integrate entertainment and culture and the changes we all want to see and the people who will bring about those changes all in one place.
Is this an indoor event?
The concert in California?
Yeah.
Yes.
And in Chicago is a outdoor thing?
Oh.
Or no, it's not an outdoor thing.
Around here.
Look at Amanda's face. She's like, no.
No. I'm out.
No, California.
That's why I was like,
however, we are door knocking with our candidates, and door knocking in Laguna Beach in March is going to be a much different experience than door knocking in Chicago in January.
Tell them.
Just a little bit.
That's pretty neat. So it started as an Instagram account.
Correct. And I was not the person who started that. He's anonymous. He will probably become more public over time, but I synced up with him in the spring and we started to write content together behind the scenes.
Okay. And it was, you said, religious deconstruction.
Yeah.
I know there's some religious folks that are getting nervous right now when they hear that.
Yeah.
Why would someone like a religious person even want to participate in something that's going to undo their belief system?
So I love that question. And I could talk to you for a full episode on that question alone. So I will do my best.
Challenge accepted. No.
So I am not personally from a particularly religious background. However, I would say that I experience spirituality as something that is rooted in curiosity, humility, and human connection.
Mhm.
It's something that's generalized, and it's something where I can take an ancient religious text of any background and approach it with curiosity because I don't have this framework. When people have frameworks, unfortunately, they're often rooted in shame and fear, especially in Western evangelism, which is, a lot of Christianity in America, or at least the loudest parts of it, because it's not all this, but a lot of Christianity in America is rooted in certainty, which is a fear-based control mechanism versus so what I ended up doing, and a lot of people are doing right now, is where did all these biblical things get mistranslated? And I'm not going to go into this today because it's a long conversation, but a lot of the main frameworks of our modern understanding of Christianity were things that came about for fear and control hundreds of years later. And when you strip all that back, we're left with probably the same thing that like Jesus, the Buddha, and others were taught. And it's a growth, it's a healing journey. So what I try to show people, if anything, that deconstruction is about moving into something that's like a healthier, more connected human version of spirituality and less something that's rigid and honestly scary.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I think people have the wrong idea of who Jesus was. And this is, I'm going to translate what you just said to the religious folks. That's what I'm doing right now. So Jesus was a rabble rouser. Jesus was a guy who was anti-establishment. Jesus was sent to tell you guys that all your rules and all of this stuff, all this punishment stuff, it wasn't about any of that. He came down to tell you there's no filter between you and God. None. Stop playing, stop falling for all of these rules that are getting in the way of your perfect self.
Yeah, I mean, so God, there's always the devil always tries to divide the house so that the house falls, and that translates into politics, your religion, your home life. They're trying to separate everything, so there's no stability, there's no pillars in your home. So anything that's load bearing, they're going to try to remove, right? So what we have to do is we have to figure out what is the common ground, and our common ground was morality. We believe in a better life for ourselves and others, hopefully, because you can't just be self-driven. But if you drive yourself, then everybody else you want to pick up along the way. Like we're hitchhikers. We're all hitchhikers on the road, but somebody hitchhiked me along the road. So we have to continue to push this narrative that we are all in this together. We all are one. And if we can't do that, then whatever you believe in on spiritually, politically, it means really nothing.
I love that. What I was going to jump into real quick, and I'll not go into mistranslations thing super in depth, but I think it's relevant because it's exactly what Carlos just said, but I'm going to frame it in biblical terms. Do you know what the word sin was translated from?
I heard it, but I can't remember. It's something to the effect of anything that turns your gaze from God. Okay.
I would say that's even a little bit of a control-based misinterpretation of that from what we know.
Yeah.
My favorite follow on this is Dan McClellan, and there's a lot of other people, but there's 9 different words with very different meanings that were translated to the word sin. And so at some point, somebody tried to make the Bible have a through line that wasn't necessarily there in the original text. The only word Jesus is recorded as having used is hamartia, which means to live blindly, to miss the mark, to miss the whole point of life, which to me is the black and white thinking that happens when we're in these very like rigid structures. So ironically, modern religion, for the most part, creates the blindness. The journey, repent, was mistranslated from metanoia in like the 300s to 400s. Metanoia meant to transform within. It had nothing to do with shame and punishment and fear. And liberation salvation more closely meant liberation, and hell isn't even in the Bible. That's a whole aside that I'm not going to get into because people are like, wait, what? But it's a mistranslation of 4 words that have nothing to do with a burning afterlife type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the journey is recognizing our blind spots and doing our healing work and ending up in a place of humility, versus fundamentalism tends to trap people in their blind spots with fear, which to me is the exact opposite of what, in Buddhism, it's suffering, which is being in these blind spots. Our lens of reality is creating suffering that's secondary to what's actually happening. The journey is the Eightfold Path. And I don't like to use the word goal in this because that becomes in itself like a thing that thwarts the process. It's almost like a sinking into a remembering. But in Buddhism, they call it enlightenment. But in Christianity, I think it was more like liberation from the prison of the mind, from these places we get stuck in scarcity and a filter that's not true of reality, which is MAGA.
Yeah, that is good.
So
really
MAGA
good.
is the Antichrist.
I mean, we knew that, but like,
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's like I could do a whole episode on that because I've done a lot of work with that and with the people in the like the word homosexual wasn't in any Bible in any language before 1946. We interviewed Rocky Roggio, who made the documentary about that, in person in LA in September, which was incredibly meaningful. But yeah, we can do a whole episode on that. I know today the focus is this event, but I love talking about that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it was the church that killed Jesus. So here we are.
Yeah. It was the establishment. It was him being outspoken and speaking truth to power. And I use that word all the time. The words I use to describe our candidates, people ask me all the time, what's the through line? As if it would be so hard to come up with a through line. And it just isn't. They're unbought. They're unafraid of speaking truth to power, and they're relentlessly people first. And what that means is when there's policy disagreements, they're not really disagreements. It's like, okay, universal health care. Cool. We all want that. And then someone might say, hey, if we do this too fast, there's a doctor shortage. So we actually just need to address that too. So it's not a disagreement. It's a collaborative looking at all of the angles to solve the same problem. And what if a whole block of those folks got elected to Congress and they already had that skill together with their friends?
And they have that networking because, Cefore and I talk about this all the time. When you're trying to do something, it's ludicrous to try to do something as big as change. It's ludicrous to try to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So you build a team, you figure out who's good at what. In basketball, the point guard figures out what to do and where to go and how to. And it seems like Jen is one of those point guard type of people.
I'm the node. I just I find people and I plug them in and I let you do your thing.
And then it seems like you guys are within the time, the technology time. So you're leveraging what we have, which is social media, which Pop and Amanda, she's been working really hard on social media. I don't know that, but you might have heard about her account. I don't know. It's pretty, she's got a couple followers, a few hundred. Can you fill us in, Amanda, on your efforts?
Yeah. So, thanks. I started my account in August of last year with the sole purpose of having more followers than JD Vance and just trolling the shit out of him every day.
Nail emoji. Nail emoji.
Because he's generally unlikable. And this was during the election cycle, right? And we were looking at the Trump Vance ticket and the Harris Walz ticket. And JD Vance had, all these clips were resurfacing where he had said that the country was being run by a bunch of childless cat ladies who were so miserable in their own lives that they wanted everyone else to be miserable too. And then there was like a Twitter rumor that he fucked a couch. And so I decided
Talk about pillow talk.
I decided
Pussy
that
talk.
we were going to combine these things and we were going to troll the shit out of him. But really, we were just going to kind of bring awareness to the fact that like this guy's bought, right? This guy's Peter Thiel's puppet.
Yeah.
This guy is somebody that the Heritage Foundation and who we know are the architects behind Project 2025. Like he is their meal ticket to power. And people really weren't talking about him. And so, you know, I wish that I could say that it was like more of a profound thing, but really it was shitting on this guy and raising awareness of him. And then as it started to become a little bit more popular, I was like, oh, he's really unlikable. And so I tried to kind of shift and use it a little bit to draw attention to the Harris Walls ticket, but also down ballot Dems and progressives. And then the election happened, and probably spent like 24 hours like sitting in my own sadness and wallowing and just kind of being like, ugh, like this is the first election that my 10-year-old daughter really got invested in, you know, whether it's because she saw herself in the candidates or whatever. And so having to have like hard conversations with her was difficult. And, you know, I opened Instagram and it was just all of these messages being like, please don't stop doing what you're doing. Like, this is therapy. And I was like, okay, it's kind of therapy for me too. So this works out nice. And then over the past year, it's just kind of transformed into this like hub of good trouble and mischief.
Yeah.
And it's very like community led. So they'll message me and be like, you should do this, we should do this. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So like, you know, Nancy Mace had a town hall scheduled in her state, and we scooped up all the tickets so that only 8 people showed up. JD Vance, JD Vance had a fundraiser on Nantucket that was $250,000 ahead, a week after casting the tie-breaking vote that would rip healthcare for millions of Americans. So we showed up outside his fundraiser with a 20 by 20 meme head picture of him that he had to drive by because there was only one way in and one way out. We have, we allegedly helped crash the
I saw
ice.
that. Allegedly.
We allegedly helped crash the ice tip line when it first came out, flooding it. We go and fill out forms on Turning Point USA and the Heritage Foundation and all of these things and fill it in with totally erroneous data so that they have to sift through and comb through it and their data becomes shit. So like little tiny bits of good trouble, right?
Yeah.
That people can do at home that gets them comfortable with the idea of disobedience so that when push comes to shove and people like me need to be putting our bodies on the line in the street, evidently, to protect our neighbors.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of, they feel more empowered or courageous to do so. And it's so fucking crazy that that's where it's at now when it started as a JD Vance is a fucking idiot account. But it just kind of keeps morphing. And like, you know, the reason why I synced up with Jen and connected with Jen, I texted Jen the other night and I was just kind of like, I get it. Like I see it and I'm fucking in, because like, it's one thing to protest and take to the streets, and it's one thing to call our reps, and it's one thing to like talk shit on social media. But at the end of the day, like, what am I able to do to move the needle for like actual meaningful fucking change,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And backing candidates who we know are that change
Mhm.
is such a light lift for us, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it also takes like the mental load off of our followers, right? Because we've built this community, we've built this rapport. They know that if I'm connecting with a candidate, it's for the right reasons. And so
Mhm.
it takes that like mental fatigue of like, you know, who is the candidate? Who is this? What do they believe in? Blah, blah, blah. They know that if I believe, they probably believe.
Mhm.
And it's that way with so many other creators because I find myself doing the same thing too. Like creators that I love and respect, whether it's Jolly or Matt or whomever,
Mhm.
you know, I see them connecting with someone and I'm like, oh, I'll probably like that person.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to kind of see what this has all turned into, but also like looking forward to the future and what sort of mischief we can get into. So yeah, so that's a long-winded thing to say. JD Vance sucks, and that apparently resonates with a lot of people.
I think the big importance is for you or for all of us actually, you know, is that we have a following and we need to keep progressing in the following because we'll
Yeah.
stunt our growth of our followers and they'll be satisfied well we tried. So
Right.
we gotta keep it moving. We gotta let them know. You know, now that they're all able to get some skin in the game and they get their hands dirty a little bit. Now what? Then they get eager. What else can we do? What else can
Yeah.
we do?
Yeah.
And when you're transparent, they build the trust. So when we get all these grassroots candidates involved, and they don't have to do as much homework on them because we broadcast it for you, like
Right.
on the channel. We're like here's Kaya Creekmore, Bernard Taylor, Russell
Yeah.
Cleveland. Here's all these
More
guys.
importantly, and I'm sorry for cutting you off. More importantly, you got two dudes from Chicago that will call you out on your bullshit.
Come on, man. You already know. We're not playing games. We don't bullshit.
That bullshit
And
sniffer is peak. And you're gonna let me get my words on you. I'm gonna be able to interview you to see if you're full of shit or not. Let's go. I'm ready.
Would you say
I'm
we
gonna
have a
have to
pretty solid group of like little to no bullshit? I would say no bullshit candidates, though. I think that
zero
Oh, for
bullshit.
sure.
no bullshit is also a through line of our
The
candidates.
fact that I talk to you and you don't give me the heebie-jeebies that politicians give me.
Mm,
You know what I
Yep.
mean? I just got done having a 2-hour conversation with Kevin Ryan, Chicago. Kevin Ryan is running for office, Senate of Illinois. He wants to represent you as a senator in Illinois. We had 2 hours of conversation. This boy told me about how he grew up and his family's from out there. He went and became a Marine veteran, and then he taught at Chicago public schools. And C4, you know my stance on Chicago public schools.
Yes,
And
sir.
he sat there and he took a lot of my frustration and he just sat there and took it and listened
mm.
and then was like, yeah, bitch, I've been in there too. I know what you're talking about. I was a teacher.
I hope he actually said, yeah, bitch.
He didn't. I think I didn't make him feel that comfortable.
I know
was only
Kevin
2
pretty well. I
hours.
know he didn't say that, but he's great.
Yeah, I did, you know, he did go in and he reached in and he got a couple of fucks off.
Mm.
That's
Good
how you know
though.
everybody's
No,
comfortable.
you know what? Like, I feel like we fell into this place, and you know, Michelle Obama, I fucking love her, right? But I can see her on the stage saying, when they go low, we go high, right? And that was fine for
Yeah,
then.
you
But
can.
like,
We
we
built
we
different.
can't play that way anymore. We
We
can't
need the
play
whole
that way
spectrum.
anymore. We
Low,
can't
high,
play that way
middle.
anymore.
Go low, we go petty, right, Amanda?
Right. Like,
We organize. That's
like
my
I
side.
can,
Like
we can
petty
get
and
low.
organized.
We can get low. And
For
we can
me,
get real though,
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
thing.
yeah.
It doesn't have to have this air of like elitist, like, oh, I'm better than or whatever, because that disenfranchises people. Just be a real person. Just say fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect moment to talk about what the Real Housewives format.
Ooh,
Can I
okay.
go on that for a minute? Okay. This is the Chicago.
Give me 15 seconds first.
Okay, go.
Don't use the word fuck if you don't use the word fuck on a daily basis.
Right.
It
You
looks
look
awkward.
awkward as shit.
True.
When I say it, it's like poetry flowing from my lips.
Right. I'm from
I am a
Massachusetts.
cuss word expert.
We have a candidate who I will let remain unnamed, who I got to meet in person recently, and he like non-performatively swears nonstop in person, and then he somehow just magically turns it off when he needs to, and it's my favorite of many qualities I adore about this human. His non-performative swearing that he can just, and when he does it, it's creative. It's so good. You're gonna meet this person in Chicago, Amanda.
Love it.
That's great.
Don't mess up, Mike. C4. We're sitting here and this big event is happening, and neither one of us who are actually from there are going to be able to go.
I'm hurting, man. I'm hurting. They're gonna be
Hey.
all
We do
over
what
our
we do.
street.
We would do that. I'm trying to move some things around. I'm trying to go down for the California one.
Awesome.
Down in Irvine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the Real
There'll be
Housewives part now? The fun part?
Let's go.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so we want these events to be, I mean, something where people see it on social media and they're like, oh my gosh, why did I not hear about that? Right. So this is going to be 14 different creators on stage. Amanda's going to be one of them, 2 couches. We're going to have you guys in 2 different rounds. And
I'm sorry, did you say couches?
Did you see in the group text that we're trying to find actual cats to put
You're
on?
trying to watch JD.
I don't know if we need to ask all the creators if they have allergies, but like there might be actual cats.
We're gonna make JD Vance so jealous, guys.
I think we need to Demi was like, we need to contact a shelter. I was like, yes, we do. Anyway, that's a whole.
And then adopt them.
We're like, whoa, we do need to rein it back in and actually, this is actual
Oh my God.
technical planning we need to do. But if we can get to it, we will have actual
And then
cats.
we can adopt them out.
Go to pause.
To the audience.
Guys,
Okay,
I'm gonna leave
okay.
Chicago with 4 cats.
Go to pause. They got a ton of cats.
Small plates, the comedian. Okay, so I think Robert Arnold is doing like an opening thing. He's our resident stud / consultant / poet. His handle is Defiance13. We all love Robert. He'll probably do some opening whatever. Cliff Cash is going to do an opening comedy show.
Nice.
And then Small Plates, the comedian, is going to host the conversation, which the way I understand it is he's going to toss out a question and let you guys just riff on it authentically, unscripted. We're not telling anyone the questions ahead of time. And I was part of an event over Labor Day weekend that was like this. And they said something last night, like, we're worried, is it going to like fill the hour? And I was like, you guys, you have no idea. You're going to have trouble. You're going to have to like, you're going to run over and you're going to have trouble cutting people off. There's going to be a bar on stage and we're going to have like carpets, couches, backdrop. It's going to look like a really awesome show. There's gonna be a bar on stage. Guess who the bartenders are going to be?
Uh-oh.
Hall & Oates.
Wears a giraffe costume and is a rabble rouser.
JD
No
Vance?
way.
Yes, but there's a second one, and it's like a foil to that. It's
Is he gonna rap though?
It's gonna be Robbie. That's his name, right? Robbie Rhodes.
Yeah, Robbie Rhodes Steamer.
And the other person who will probably up there is Hunter Dunn, who's 22, and he's the press
Stop
coordinator
it.
in like a tux. Like that's
Oh yeah.
You're gonna stick that boy with Robbie?
that boy apparently is like, in the group chat, I texted him. Oh, I think I had this in the group chat. I was like, are we corrupting you? Because you know that creator chat went off the rails real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. And
Yeah.
then Small Plates told me that he got corrupted already when we were all in when we were in DC. So I don't know what that means, but they're buddies now and he's staying with Small Plates.
Oh my God. I love it.
There's something about the fact that
That's
like
funny.
I was trying to explain this to my dad the other day. I was like, picture theater kids all grown up, but like ranging from like early 20s to like 60s. Like the content creator personality type, and everyone's like a little bit ADD. Everyone's like also feels the world very deeply, and we're going to go to this big event and we're staying at a haunted hotel and they're buying ghost busting equipment. And my dad was like, wait, and this is about politics? Yes.
I'm still
Yeah.
very upset.
Adventure.
I'm still very upset about the hotel portion of the thing, but it's fine.
Wait, are you not at the haunted hotel?
No,
Or
no,
you're
I
at-
am. And I'm very upset about it.
Because you're afraid?
Yeah, I'm horrified.
That's the real reason you told me. So a few days ago, Amanda told me she was going to, quote, snuggle the shit out of me. Now I know the real reason.
I'm scared. There's plenty of couches there that are haunted.
Listen,
That got a lot of, well, JD Vance's house, it's got a lot of souls in there.
It's not spare change, it's souls.
Oh my God, that might have been the funniest thing you've said. All right,
Souls
so
and
we're gonna
cats.
have a couple couches. We're gonna have all of these wonderful, very, very smart, talented people. Is it gonna be like a question and answer thing? Is it gonna be them feeding off of their own energy?
So, okay, let me tell you who some of the people are first, because I think this will come together pretty quickly. Monty Mayer, Jolly Good Ginger, Maggie Reed, whose handle is Mermaid Mama Maggie, Amanda. Who else do we have? Off Jawagon, his name is Jordan. Chris and Dave are going to be there. I don't think they're going to be on stage, but I'm super excited they're going to be there. But think your favorite creator. Oh, and Good Trouble, duh. So think that energy, and think Small Plates feeding them a question about something kind of irreverent about our current world. And then they all get to just openly,
While they're sitting on couches.
well, they're sitting on couches. And
can we call
calling
them JD Vance traps?
And we're calling all of the creators the housewives. All of them, all of you guys are the housewives.
I'm so excited.
I have so many inappropriate JD Vance jokes happening in my head.
Oh, okay.
Talk about like blowing Bubba. Like that could be an hour. Like there's so much we can go off of right now. There's so much we can go off of.
Okay, but
Bubba,
Small
of course,
Plates is
Bubba
unhinged.
Bill Clinton. There's so much.
Oh my God. I know we had Cliff Cash on the show, and he told me that men from Florida will fucking alligator in church.
Yeah. He was good.
I
He's
wasn't
good.
ready for that. I wasn't ready for it. I was like, what did this man just say?
I was like, damn, I'm in Florida. I don't want to go to any of those places. Jesus.
Yeah, you want to deconstruct religion.
He was awesome though. He came on the show. He freestyled with us. He's got some hidden talents that you might not know about. So if you get him, if you get him,
Those people are our
He's good.
jam.
Yeah.
We'll find the perfect place for them if they want to. I feel like we've collected the most incredible group of people with these niche talents, and we've plugged them into the exact thing that they're good at and what we're doing.
We have a
That's what it's all
singing giraffe on squad. Brings his own music wherever he goes.
Speaking of rabble rousers, I need a t-shirt. You said Jesus was a rabble rouser, and I need that on a shirt, I feel like.
Oh, I got a couple Jesus shirts that are, if you read it the wrong way, they would be inappropriate, but they're not meant that way.
Yeah.
I think
So
this
yeah,
week's-
I might be able to. I'm gonna go on a Jesus t-shirt run.
Yeah. I think Jesus was a rabble rouser is good, and I think Robbie Road Steamer needs it.
And I think if there's a
Yeah, yeah.
picture, it could just be text, but if there's a picture, I think Jesus should have a subtle this kind of vibe.
I can see that.
I can see that.
The nail flags. All right, so we got all of these guys who are just on their own. I'm on Instagram more than anything, but their Instagram accounts, on their own accord, they're out there doing their thing, getting their message out. So now you're basically putting together the Hall of Justice of social media folks. How are you going to control this circus?
Oh, do circuses need to be controlled?
I mean,
There's no control. There's no control.
That's part of the magic.
There it is.
There's 4 walls. That's it.
They had me, you have to understand, I'm like an 8:30 p.m. bedtime girl. Like once my kids go to sleep, I want to go to sleep. These people had me out until 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when they sleep.
It's all their fault.
It
We
is.
ended up doing
It is.
karaoke. Monty Mader can sing. She's extremely talented. I didn't know that was one of her talents. We ended up at a karaoke bar after Remove the Regime, and Bree Woodson, who's one of our candidates, she also is a content creator, the controversial blonde. She's running in Georgia's 12th district, and she's fierce. She's incredible. But anyway, Bree can sing. And we got there, and they put on a Lady Gaga song. I have watched. Were you there, Amanda? I don't think you were there.
I walked in while they were singing, and I was like, of course you guys are amazing at this.
That moment,
I was thinking, of course.
that
Of
moment
course.
was where this idea came from. I texted Dylan Blaha's campaign manager the next day, and I was like, we're going to create that this year.
Yeah.
We're going to come to Chicago in January. And then Demi and I got on it with planning, and then the rest of our team came up with it being a series and the name Common Ground and it becoming a much bigger thing. But that karaoke moment was what I was like, this is what we need people to see to get people excited and on the same team. It has to be human. It has to be something different than protest energy.
Yeah.
It has to be fun.
And that's what I saw with Remove the Regime. Like everything every day had capped off with something, like a comedy show, a concert, and then there was just the seeing everybody together, was hanging out in one place. That was something where, like, when you look at it from this side of the screen and you're looking at it all happening on your phone or computer, you think that these people don't exist in the same realm. And then when it's all together, everybody's hanging out like, oh, I follow them, and them. Like you're checking them off, like you're collecting baseball cards when you're young. You see everybody that's your favorite, and that's powerful right there.
It is. It's also been really cool to see people who, we've started to bring celebrities into the fold. And there's one person I can think of who was like, as a celebrity, starstruck to meet a certain creator, and seeing that is really cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone is going to show up in Chicago.
Yep.
Is there any buildup to the event?
Yeah. Great question. So if you get a ticket for the event, which is the main thing is 6 to 8 p.m. Saturday night at the Riviera Theater. However,
Saturday night, what day? Just to make
the
sure.
17th.
17th. Saturday night, 17th. All right.
And the Instagram account where all this is housed is commonground.rr. And that's RR is for Reason Reality, which is the umbrella organization. So if you get a ticket for that, you can come to any of the other workshop things we have that weekend. Robert Arnold is going to be having like creator roundtables during the day on Friday. I hope I just said that right with the invitation. I do need to clarify that with my team, but my understanding is if you buy a ticket for the event, you can come to the roundtable. So just direct it. I can give my email at the end for people to direct questions to, but roundtable discussions at the hotel Friday during the day so that creators can like actually, because we need the grit part too. We don't just, the fun part is great, but like there's a real like behind the scenes work component to what we do with policy. But that part's not fun to, no one wants to see that. That's not necessarily the online part, right?
Yeah.
And then Friday night we're gonna have like something where we all go out, all the creators, and anyone else is welcome to join us. We haven't picked a bar yet, but it'll be just like a casual meetup. Saturday during the day, we're going to protest at the ICE at the Broadview facility at 10 a.m. Then we're going to do door knocking with Demi Palachek, one of the candidates, at 1, and then the events from 6 to 8. And then we'll have some sort of an after party that will probably involve karaoke. We have some other ideas in the works too, if we can get a couple of other people on board. And I don't want to say who they are because it isn't happening yet, but it might involve a drag show. Because why not? It's probably too close, but everything we've put out there so far, it's like, yeah, I'll come. Yeah, okay. What can I do? Yeah. So I'm just putting it out there to the universe that we end up with our drag show after party. But and then
that'll be fun.
Evening,
I've been to those.
Yeah. Sunday evening, Cliff Cash is putting on a performance, and we're all going to go to that too.
That's awesome. And the ultimate goal, what you want to do is bring attention to.
The ultimate goal is to not only flip the House and Senate in 2026, but to bring in fierce, Mamdani energy, but adapted for those districts, right? Like, because Arkansas, one of the campaigns that Robert's supporting does not have the same needs as New York City, but it's the energy. It's being bold. It's having moral clarity. It's being willing to take, leadership should be about being fearless and knowing that, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do, but
not if you're doing the right thing.
Exactly. These candidates are doing more on as people not even elected, from my perspective, than a lot of the people that are already in office. So it's about getting that energy, not just a Democrat, but that kind of Democrat into office everywhere, and literally reshaping the entire party around that. And what I see happening is, yes, November, of course, November is going to be a big deal, but a lot of people are going to resign this year. I think it's more than we think it is. And what we intend to do now that we have this structure built out is, as soon as we hear of a resignation, we're going to figure out who's running in that district that's aligned and plug them into our existing system and get that person elected. My goal is to have this kind of, I hate using the word power because that's not what it's about. This kind of momentum, this kind of, yes, taking back the House and the Senate, but with this kind of energy by the end of the summer. Because enough people drop out. And momentum's a funny thing, because I'm sure we all know what it's like to be so defeated that we want to quit, right? MAGA feels that right now. And it doesn't look like that from the outside because they're doing all these hideous things. But they feel that. And at some point, these people will quit. We, on the other hand, and some of the establishment Dems will quit. We, on the other hand, have this momentum and this clarity that is rising above the noise. And once that's sort of more broadly recognized, we can make change so much faster than we think.
It's true. I mean, look at how quickly it took MAGA to change things.
Yeah.
And it was, I am old enough to remember when you could actually trust the news. And now we're here. And that's, there's a lot of noise when it comes to social media, but that's just the nature of the beast. Everything is noisy at first. You trip over when you're learning how to walk. You trip over literally everything. It's going to be messy. But eventually, you get your momentum, and then you start getting good at things, and then change happens. But then when you get that, and I'm specifically talking to people that are trying to understand why we do what we do and why we're passionate about what we do, is because change isn't going to change itself. Sitting around and complaining about stuff isn't going to change things either. You have to get out there. You have to put feet to ass, and you have to just keep pushing the same way they're pushing. But you have to trust in the fact that you have a group of people, good people with good intentions out here trying to do the right thing. And they're fighting against a system that has been established for a long time, a lot longer than all of us have been alive. And you're fighting against that. And remember the story of Jesus, going back to the beginning of this whole thing. Remember that story when he was trying to tell people, listen, wake up. They're guiding you in the wrong direction.
One thing I want to riff on real quick to tie this all together is, the word resistance was also part of the word of 2025. I personally would like to change that to the year of transformation, because it will be harder to try to build something completely new that's never existed than to transform what exists. And to bring it back to the content creator side, our friend Trevor from My Cluck Hut, we had this conversation after Remove the Regime with a bunch of creators. Actually, no, you were on that call. And he said, we need cool kid table energy. And that stuck with me. And we do. And we've built that. And we don't want that to be like something we're like necessarily saying, it's more felt. But when a block of people gets elected to Congress who have that energy, especially the people on the left who maybe understand some of these progressive ideas, but they're scared, all of a sudden it's the cool thing to do when they're not scared. Now, do I wish they could come to that conclusion and transform on their own? Of course. But they're human beings are not static. And human beings make predictable changes in predictable ways. And there's like safety in numbers. And the momentum thing, the vision is so clear to me that by getting a group of these people in Congress, it's not just their votes, it's the ripple effect of how they affect everybody else there. That's already there. And we transform what exists. And my vision, long term, is that we still have this two-party system. There's just a whole thing with political science I'm starting to learn where we're probably never going to have a multi-party system because of how things are set up at the state and local level. But if both parties are actually about trying to workshop better policy to help people, and it becomes, wow, human rights is off the table. We're not talking about like transgender rights or immigrant rights. Like, the human beings, the human dignity is front and center, no matter what. But then something like climate change, these two parties can talk about how to better and get better and better and better and better at handling it and communicating how to handle it. That is what's supposed to happen. And I very strongly hold that vision to be true.
It's definitely what's missing now is communication. You know, there's a dividing line. You're either with us or against us, and the administration and Trump has clearly stated that this isn't liberty and justice for all. And our job has to be relentless pressure, you know, through the primaries, through November, through the next presidential election. We have to be relentless, and we have to we understand that we all get tired. So we have to, if I get tired, Carlos, I'm gonna tag you in. Janet, I'm gonna tag you in. Amanda, let's keep each other going, and don't let us dip down into these places where we get so exhausted that we feel like we can't go on any further. We gotta rely on each other, and then we can start breaking down all of these walls.
I love it.
Yeah,
guys, thank you so much for this.
Takes a lot of drops of water to make a wave.
It does.
Well, ripples make tidal waves.
Heady moments to defeat.
Takes a lot of fingers to get sassy nails.
I don't know how many of your listeners like watch this instead of listening, but I hope some of them, you know, can see what's going on here.
We'll have to do some screen grabs on that.
Oh yeah.
You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for doing what you guys do. Like, you know, it makes it easy for us to say, hey, like I said, you know, the leaders will lead, and then the followers will come if the leaders are leading us on the right path and not off a cliff. And we wholeheartedly believe that we're being led in the right direction. So again, we're going to grab everybody along the way, and that's what we're supposed to do. Even that's what Jesus said. We're supposed to go back and through the fire and grab the people that are burning right now and save them, not just let them burn. So let's keep pushing.
We just went through the whole emotional arc of like human absurdity and hilariousness to just like the most raw, and I love that. I love that.
I'm gonna say that similar to Amanda. Amanda's trigger point was JD being a douche. Mine was, I mean, I've talked and I've tried to do podcasts and all that stuff for years now. But when Elon, his little mushy head ass, when he said Americans are too dumb and too lazy, I said, okay, bitch. Okay. That was my day. That was my day.
Mine was, I'm in a district with Bernard Taylor here in Florida, District 21. And we're just north of West Palm, and my community got decimated by ICE. And immigration has been relentless, and it's destroyed the community, it's destroyed the businesses, it's destroyed families, it's destroyed generations of future leaders and dreams and hopes. And I said, fuck that. I can't let this happen anymore. And I started handing out immigration rights cards to people all over the place. Where my wife,
he wrote a whole song. He wrote a whole song, and he came to me.
The song came.
He came to me. He goes, "I got this." And I was sitting like all of this happened. Like it was you. We keep talking about serendipity, and then just this movement, right? I was sitting outside on the back porch, just angry. and Cefore sent me his song, I Need a Video. I was like, yeah, this is where we go.
Who do we trust in justice is blindfolded? Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I'm dumb like that. I don't check the water. I cannonball.
And we need that, you know, like,
Yeah.
on our team, we have the full range of, like, I'm the one who does tend to do the more like dive in quick action. Then we have someone who's more in the middle and someone who's more like the wanting to check all the boxes. But like, that's what makes us really good together.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you stretch that out over the nation, like if we can get people to all start thinking in the same direction, you don't have to be 100% happy with everything that's happening. Just be mostly happy. Understand that government gives people this little bubble of protection to figure out who their best self is. And then after that, you mind your goddamn business. It's not that hard. So it's cool that we're starting to see this combining of efforts that of people who really do. One of the common things of all the people that I've talked to, they don't care about money that way.
Yeah.
And they understand that if you improve the base that is America, the United States, if everyone is winning, everyone wins. Everyone wins. And it's not that much of a struggle for you people up top. It's not that difficult. And then if we make all of this change, when we make all of this positive change, we won't have to run out and bomb people to say, here's democracy. We are the example. We are the democracy that everyone wants to be because we got it on lockdown just like that. Everyone is taken care of. Everyone is eating. Everyone is educated. Everyone can go out there and be the business person that they want to be if they wanted to be. But at least we have you not being an asshole now. That's what's ridiculous. Money is ruining, or the love of money is ruining everything.
Which ties it back to the Bible. There's an ego-based greed component, or there's like an abundance component. And like Jake and I and the e-commerce model, what we've said multiple times is we intend to make billions of dollars to fuel causes. We don't need that money ourselves. Right. And that's an abundance model. We're not trying to be scarce, like cut back, because we can't win broke. We can't win broke. And that's where we get tripped up, I think, sometimes on the left, because there's this like the environment and cut back. No, let's be the leaders in sustainable energy. Let's build, let's create jobs, let's create housing. Let's be the leaders in and do it in a big way that's abundant.
Yeah.
And not like self-serving. Teamwork.
What's happening in Venezuela? They're fighting over this stuff that's going to poison your water. That's poisoning your air. That's making the oceans a little more acidic than we need them to be. Like, this is real stuff. This is real stuff. And if we continue to ruin the planet, bitch, where do you think you're going to live? Mars, motherfucker, they don't have anything on Mars. They have a rover. They don't have grass. They don't have water. They don't have nothing. They have surveillance, goddammit.
Did you just say they don't have couches?
Yeah.
And they don't have couches.
They don't have cats.
Why do you think JD Vance is still here?
He's like foiled again.
You guys are my people.
That's what we do. It's important. I don't like the decency in what's going on, or the with what we're doing is important, because it's not on the other side. It's giving a green light to do whatever you want. It's giving the green light for Russia to do whatever they want to Ukraine, because for us now they're expendable.
China's about to take Taiwan.
That's what it is. And then everybody's okay. Well, what happened to our allies? We don't have any more allies. We
Right.
shit on everybody. It's us against everybody. Well,
Mhm.
that only works for so long,
Huh.
you know, and then there's going to be a regime collapse because it always does. It
Mhm.
always fails because you
Mhm.
can't build principle on that. You don't have a foundation that's solid. It's going to crumble. And this guy's you already know what this guy's about.
The
We
goofiest
can't
of the
have that.
goof.
And it's not about cutting, and it's not just like removing a dictator. You have to remove the entire snake, not
100%.
just.
Same way, like in Venezuela, they took old boy and his
Joke.
vice president. His vice president. It's the vice president. Like, what do you? If we were to take down Trump, JD Vance is next.
Okay, do you want to
The
hear my
only
hot take?
the only difference that's going to be is like a digital dumbass. That's
Amanda, I don't think I've ever told you this. I have a hot take on the downfall of the entire regime.
ooh.
Trump dies, or if we're lucky, he like has a stroke and he's aware of what's going on and he can't talk and he shits his pants all the time. Karma.
Well, the second part.
Pretty sure that's happened.
From what I understand, he already does the second part.
Okay. And then JD Vance comes into power. Now, he is the epitome of unresolved childhood trauma, which generally goes one of two ways in adulthood. People have a really hard time functioning or they overfunction and they're like chameleons. Okay, but that's not sustainable. So the spotlight combined with Grindr just deciding to all of a sudden like reveal all the stuff that they're talking about makes them all have public breakdowns where they can't function. And then they're just not there. That's my it's always involved Grindr to me.
Right.
And if Grindr ceases to exist because of
Why-
them having to do all this stuff, we will help those people become a new whatever app after the fact.
Why do you think all those right-wing dudes are so aggressive? Because they're fighting. They're fighting who they really are.
Oh, and to be more specific, Grindr will publish all their stuff, and Mike Johnson and JD Vance will be part of it, and that's what will lead to their public breakdowns.
I love it.
It's gonna come out that they're together. They've been together this whole time.
Well, I don't know if they're together, but I think they're on the app.
Oh,
I
you know, they
mean,
probably,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You don't think
Like,
there's been those looks, those exchanges, those eye exchanges, those glances where they're like,
right.
you know,
You're the only
all right.
two.
You're kind of my
You're the
type.
only two left. You're
Maybe.
the only two left because you're not that attractive. And you're like, might as well. Fuck it.
JD's like, my kind of submissive. All right.
I wish I had a pillow, but all I have is a blanket. You see Mike Johnson runs in, he's dressed like a couch. You know.
Yeah.
Am
Draw
I
me
Am I
like one of your
pretty?
upholstered girls.
Fluff my pillows, fluff my cushions.
Hey,
Oh,
you think Mike Lindell has a chance? He is the pillow guy. Am I pretty?
I can't wait to see this clip come out. This is
If
great.
you like this conversation, come to the event in Chicago.
There we go.
Oh. Oh no.
Amanda,
There's
what
the
are some of the craziest things since you've been to these events?
Mm.
What are some of the craziest things that you've seen and some of the things that you hope you see in Chicago next weekend?
I have imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
I'm realizing, or I've realized, Jen and I have talked about this a little bit.
That's that
but-
artist in you.
I still I very much am just in awe that I get to call all of you guys my friend. And there's just like there's just this like, I don't know if it's a trauma bond trying to figure out what it is. But we're just trudging along this road together, and it's just refreshing. Like, so, I'm here in Massachusetts, which everyone says is like, super blue. It has its purple bits, right? It has its little red dots too. But for the most part, like, it's a pretty progressive place, and I'll be here at a protest, or I'll be here doing work in my community, and like, it's great. But I get to DC and it's everywhere, right? It's the action, like people doing the work, you're surrounded by it, and it's just a completely immersive experience, and you're surrounded by like everybody that's in your circle while you're out there is like team good guys. Again, taking that mental fatigue and mental load off, and knowing like everybody that you're kind of in the street with is on your side and has similar worldviews, and it's such like a, oh my God, I can breathe. And then kind of bringing that juice back home, re-energized and like reinvigorated. And like, I want that here. And I imagine that everybody feels that way. So like, that's kind of one of the cool things that I've seen out there, is just kind of like sitting back and watching all of that happen. Craziest things. I mean, I feel like Jen kind of, said it best, but it's like, we are a bunch of theater kids. like I'm such a fan of the work that everybody's doing, and I see such value in the work that everybody's doing. And so to be sitting on the floor of a karaoke bar watching these people that are my friends, like, take that hat off and just be, and like be their authentic selves. It's really fucking refreshing.
Yeah.
And yeah, Monty's an absolute fucking savage with a microphone. She is absolutely insane.
Can you imagine like post-event energy, theater kid vibes, all of us being like in the same place and maybe having had a beer and then going ghost hunting?
Ghost hunt. Yes.
No, guys.
Yeah, that part sounds fun until you find them.
I think they're the good guys.
And you're like, this ectoblaster's fake.
No,
what if it's like Alexander Hamilton's ghost that we come across?
Oh, it's the ghosts of democracy past. Give me a fucking break.
Oh my God, that could be our series. The Ghosts of Democracy Past. Amanda.
Alexander Hamilton is like, we gave you such a good head start. What are you doing?
What the fuck have you done?
The Ghosts of Democracy Past.
And George Washington, he doesn't say shit. He's just shaking his head like, to go from George Washington to what the mess that we have today.
Can you imagine?
Can
you imagine trying to explain it?
He'd be like, hold my wig.
Wait.
Hold my wig.
Like, I'm gonna need you to sit down. I'm gonna need you to sit down for this one. Like, imagine trying to explain it.
Especially if it involves a former president giving a current president giving a former president a blowjob. I mean, how would you explain that to George Washington?
Oh, Bubba.
After the president that got the blowjob got kicked out of the White House for getting a blowjob. So now I'm wondering, was it really Monica in there, or was it
Also, I
pseudo phase?
would love to meet Monica at some point and bring her into what we're doing. Just gonna put that out there.
Oh my God.
She's hilarious.
She's
She's hilarious.
The adult understanding now of the misogyny of how that was all framed makes me sad.
Yeah. I was very young. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah. But I remember the talk and like having the perspective that I have now is very interesting. Yeah.
It was like adults are talking. Don't worry about what he said.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
If I had
So
Google back
we
then,
saw that with Stormy. We saw that with Stormy, right? We saw that with her. But
You know how sad you have to be to pay to have friends?
Mm.
And it's not even just Stormy wise. Like the only people that hang out with this clown are people that are after the bag. If
Right.
he didn't have money, he will have zero friends.
right.
You have to pay to have friends. That's how morally bankrupt you are.
Right. Well, it's certainly not his fucking personality or his hairline.
Or his makeup.
Or according to Stormy Daniels, that little mushroom is not worth it.
just a smidgen. She's probably seen cats with bigger.
Mm?
Okay, so I was talking to Kevin Ryan, and I asked him for his go-to spots for when you guys are in Chicago. Number one spot, C4. He said Pequods.
I'm Lou Malnati's. I love Lou Malnati's.
Oh, we're talking pizza right now. Is this pizza?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I talked to Demi about this and Pequods came up. So I'm
Pequods
listening.
is a good spot.
Okay.
Yep. I really like what now that I'm in California and I go to tasteofchicago.com, not sponsored. I'll get things delivered. The Pequod's pizza doesn't hold up as good as Lou Malnati's. But if you're in the restaurant, Pequod, it's a win-win situation. But Pequod's is really good, especially if you're in the restaurant. Lou Malnati's is delicious no matter where you are. You could eat that off the floor.
Slices.
So, but here's the thing. I'm a Massachusetts girl. I like a North End Pizzeria Regina thin pizza.
Don't sleep on Lou Malnati's thin crust.
Oh yeah,
All right.
It's delicious.
All right.
It is.
You
So
can't
the
go wrong.
deep dish thing is.
It looks like pizza cake.
It's cheesecake.
Okay.
It's cheesecake.
Okay.
But it's worth trying, especially if you like cheese. And then depending on where you go, if you ask for sausage, they'll ask you if it's crumbled, if you want it crumbled.
Mhm.
If you say, no, just bring it, what they do is they put a dish of sausage and then they put more cheese and more sauce.
Get it crumbled. It's delicious.
Oh my God.
Depends.
Okay.
I've had it both ways. I'm not picky.
Okay.
Let's see, Chicago. He gave me a spot for Chicago hot dog, but I can't remember right now. But
Gene and Jude's is great.
Gene and Jude's is great.
Portillo's
is so good that it's even out here.
Yeah, we got them in Florida too. There's about 4 of them.
Yeah. I went to go visit my mom when she broke her ankle. And one of the first spots we went to, she knew. We went straight to Portillo's in her area. I'm like, all right, I could stay for a little while.
Is there anywhere where I can get the good pizza and the Malort in one place?
That's a good question.
I'm on a time crunch here.
DoorDash.
Yeah. I would check at Lou's. I would check at Pequod's if you're there. Just ask.
Okay.
Worst case scenario.
Is this a trick? Am I
No.
going to end up calling you guys in
As a
2
matter of
weeks
fact-
and be like, hey, you're an asshole?
I will send you guys a link to Kevin's book.
Okay.
It's a real thing. He wrote a real book about it. He saved a distillery. It's Kevin Ryan is dope.
Okay.
Your
He
Honda
saved
hotel
a
probably has
Malort
Malort.
distillery, and then he wrote a book about it.
So we have to
And
drink
he wrote
this
about it.
with Kevin Ryan.
I think it would be helpful.
Right.
Is this a thing you drink as a shot or a drink?
I would suggest. I think it's a sipping thing.
And what's in it again? Herbs?
He said
Gasoline.
and medicine. He said it's the type of whatever the type of booze it is, whatever type of the alcohol, but then it distills in wormwood, and then you drink it. It's
Have
not
fun.
a trick. Like, it's a legit, there is a market for this. It's a legit drink. It's one of those things, though. It's kind of like, it's probably a lot like going to White
Absinthe?
Castle. It's a lot like going to
Okay.
White Castle. Not everybody understands it, but it's worth it.
You got to do it at least once.
You might shit your pants. I don't know. It depends on who you are. Everyone is different. Everyone is
Scott starting
different.
the couch.
Love it.
Scott started the couch.
And if you're at a pizza place that doesn't have it, go to Burwood Tap. They will have it.
All right.
Tell them
And
Carlos
ask for
sent you.
Mimi.
Ask for Mimi. Tell them Carlos sent you and you wanted to try Malort.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's I'm probably what you guys say, theater kids. I'm doing theater kids all over it. It's worth trying.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a you can brag once you survive a Malort drink. If you want to be a champ, have Malort and White Castle at the same time. I've never seen it happen. Your body might rip in half.
You will levitate above yourself.
Oh my goodness.
You might end up having superpowers too. I don't know. I've never seen it done. The world is scared of everything. The world is scared of perfection.
That's true.
So what's this next week looking like for you guys with the build
Awesome
up?
question. And I do need to go in just a second here because I have another call at 11. The next week is going to look like us having our creators do a lot of amplification. Amanda, if Jake hasn't reached out to you yet about the big collab reel, he will, but it's super simple. He'll be like, you come to Chicago, and then, you, Monty, Jolly, et cetera. So like, I'll be there. I'll see you there, da, 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 da. And we'll have all of you share it from your account. So this is going to start popping up in your feeds all the time. And then for the people that are going to be, involved on stage, we have a thing Sunday night that I can tell you about. I know that's kind of an aside here, but it's mainly just amplification at this point. Those of us who are involved on the planning sides have a couple things to wrap up to have it go well, but the main thing is amplification. So go to commonground.rr, see our materials, share it. Text it directly to your people that are in Chicago, and we will get a big turnout. We'll raise a bunch of money for our candidates, but even bigger than that to me is the amplification to this overall thing, like giving people hope and structure and a thing that they can plug into. Cool candidates. I'm going to find who's running in my district, plug them into this program, and we're going to do this together. That type of thing.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and bring this plane in for a landing. I want to go Amanda, maybe Cefore if you have anything to say, and then Jen, you can wrap it up. But let us know what you're excited about, not excited about, but let us know what you're looking forward to, and then how people can follow up with you and your social media accounts and whatever else you want to say. So Amanda, if you wouldn't mind.
All right. So I'm kind of looking ahead. I talked a little bit about how this whole silly concept of this account started on everyone's mutual hatred and disdain for JD Vance. But it has morphed into something so much bigger than that. And I never know what direction it's going in because it is such like a community-led thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing where, like, my audience calls themselves petty besties. Like, I'm so excited to see where the petty besties take this in the next year and like leading into the midterms and what sort of good trouble we can get into. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see progressive candidates kind of lean into the petty too. And I've had quite a few, like I've had the opportunity to talk with some of them and just like, again, take the mask off, say fuck, you know, like just be real. You don't have to be up here. Meet people where they're at. Just be a human. So I'm excited to see how candidates start to lean into that. And then if you want to follow along with me, I'm on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, kind of TikTok, but not really. I joke and say that I'm way too old for TikTok, but honestly, I don't have the mental capacity to do just another platform. But I'm on there as Cats on a Couch, and you can find me there, or you'll find me at a protest. Or if Jen and Reasoned and Common Ground is hosting an event, you will find me there because I will be following these guys wherever they go. So
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking time
thank you guys.
from your couch and your cats
you.
to come
Thank
and hang
you.
out with us.
Listen, any opportunity to talk shit about JD Vance, I'm going to take it. So
Sold.
So how about you, Cefore?
Well, this weekend, actually next weekend, I'll start canvassing for Bernard Taylor, out here in District 21 in Florida, and we're just kind of dial it in because we need to get rid of the
Brian
incumbent
Mast.
right now. Brian Mast is terrible. So he's
Like
a
the
fraud.
worst of the worst type of
He's
man.
a fraud.
And for the record, we invited him on the show and he ignored us.
Of course he did.
Ignored
Yeah.
it. Yeah, over $800,000 in APAC money. It's ridiculous. So we'll be hitting it home, trying to get Bernard in the Congress so he can start kicking ass in DC and on the streets here. Just making more content here with Carlos. We're about to launch Against All Pods. That's going to be our channel. So we'll be doing that. And I got to invest in a new couch. Other than that, that's about it.
And Jen, bring us home.
Okay. I'll say where you can find me first because that's less exciting, and then I'll say what I'm excited about. My account is my name, just Jen Johannsen. Reasoned Reality is reasoned_reality, and the events, the common ground is commonground.rr. Those are the 3 best places to find me. And I'm very responsive in DMs. I've actually started to have people reach out to me and be like, oh my God, can we do Common Ground New York? Can we do Common Ground da-da-da? Like, I'm in the city. I'm part of this organization. We will help. And it's been like a week of us putting anything out there, which is remarkable. So there's 2 things I'm most excited about. One is people getting it, people seeing it. And like you, Amanda, are like the perfect example. Like I can tell the minute it clicks what we're doing, not just the candidates, not just the events, not just the e-commerce model, like the sweeping change that this can bring. And then they're all in. The second thing I'm most excited about are the surprising micro moments that just feel like pure presence, just like it was with Monty and Bree singing. And that makes all of the hard stuff instantly, for me, it dissolves that stress, dissolves the burnout, and then I have that energy to keep bringing forward.
I love it. I love it. I love the community that is being built that wants nothing but positive change for everyone. And that's, for me, the biggest thing. Everyone, not one color, not one sex, not one anything. Everybody is included here.
except JD Vance.
Except JD Vance.
That's
He's
it.
He's at the furniture store anyway.
He gets everything he deserves for crying out loud.
He's hanging out with Mike Johannsen and fucking
At Ashley Furniture. That's his drag name.
and the pillow guy. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk and bring attention to this wonderful group of people. I'm excited to see what you guys pull off in Chicago. Chicago, here they come. Here
They're
they
ready.
come.
Right for us.
Yep. I got so excited my mic fell. And with that, we're out.
Peace.
Coconut Justice.